Hello and welcome everyone to episode 25. Wow, apparently Prime Creator has a lot to share with us. Thank you for being on this journey with me so far. I'm excited to see what comes through today. We have some viewer questions as well as some questions from Max. So I'm excited to see what Prime Creator has to tell us today. As always, it is my intention to be as pure and clear as possible without any biases. So I invite you to use your discernment as you listen to these channelings and take what resonates with you. And I just wanted to share, as I've been channeling, I've been realizing more and more how limited I am in my humanity, in the sense that the information and the energy that wants to come through, because I'm human, I do have filters and biases, and it can be very challenging to take this huge energy and put it into language. And so I don't say that to claim my limitation. I say that in humility, that I'm doing the best I can to bring forth this information as clearly as possible without my judgments and filters. And I am not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. So that's why I always invite you to take what resonates. That's the most important thing, the energy. Less the words that I say and more the energy that comes through. Take that energy that resonates with you. Much love.
In episode 2, Prime Creator mentioned that beings who did not choose polarity evolved into a different dimension. Can you give us information about this dimension?
Dear ones, many of these beings chose to stay with Gaia. However, they are in a dimension that most of you cannot yet see. Some call it inner earth or the hollow earth. So in some ways you would say it is underground. However, what they experience is a much more advanced version of Gaia, meaning that they are experiencing sunlight, green, lush vegetation, pure, clean food, pristine waters, how Gaia used to be and what you are working towards in recreating your heaven on earth. It is a dimension of higher frequency, yes, much like the fifth dimension.
For those experiencing ringing in the ears, could you give us information about what is occurring?
Yes, dear ones. For many of you, these are ascension symptoms. The ringing in the ears represents information that is coming in to you, into your being. Most often it is from your star families, your galactic star brothers and sisters. They are bringing you higher frequencies for your integration. They are bringing you higher frequencies so that you are more prepared to meet them. For a few of you, it is not in preparation to meet your star brothers and sisters, rather it is the higher frequencies for you to ascend, these frequencies to assist your ascension process. For a few of you, these are what you might call medical symptoms, and it would be wise to seek a practitioner that could help you with these symptoms on a physical level. Yes, most of you, these symptoms are not so much physical, but spiritual and energetic. And so this is your opportunity, dear ones, to practice discernment. If you are unsure, you could always visit a practitioner to get more information before you come to a conclusion about what this is for you. Most of you already know, dear ones, of course. You already know what this is for you.
Will the bodies of humans change after the collective shift?
Yes, dear ones, you are already in process now, as most of you have realized and experienced. What will be different after the collective shift is an acceleration and greater capacity to integrate these changes with more efficiency. As we have discussed before, new technologies will be available to you. Technologies for healing, technologies for working with the physical body, for teleporting and dematerialization and such. And so you will have a different experience of developing mastery over the physical body. And the rules, so to speak, that have assisted you in the old paradigm will be quite different. For example, rules about what to eat, how much to exercise, how much to sleep, when to sleep, etc. You will find a much greater freedom. Yes, the food will be purer and cleaner, so it will be easier to find foods that delight your being. It will be easier to heal on the physical level. It will be more efficient. You will find a new strength and stamina in your physical beings. Essentially, if you have imagined or dreamed of what is possible for your physical body, after the collective shift, this is when that path will begin to unfold for you in a much more tangible way.
How can we best prepare now for these changes in our bodies?
Yes, dear ones. As we have discussed before, it is important to stay hydrated, to eat the foods needed by your body, and to have these foods be as pure and clean as possible. It is very important to develop a relationship with your physical being, to find out what it enjoys, what kind of movement, what kind of food, what kind of sensations. For the more you can bring the joy energy into your physical being, the higher frequency you will be able to maintain as you prepare for these changes. This is the essence, dear ones. Maintaining a high frequency.
From a higher perspective, is there such a thing as right or wrong?
In a previous conversation, dear ones, I briefly mentioned how all is contained within the light. And so from this understanding, there is not right or wrong. There are only signposts for your growth, meaning that something that you choose that does not expand your soul growth, you might call it wrong. However, it is simply showing you that this is not something for you to do to expand your soul growth. True, not everyone is at this level of awareness. But this is how it works from a higher perspective. And so you might choose something that does expand your soul growth. And you feel joyful, you feel at ease, you feel energized and expanded. And then you know, yes, this is something that expands my soul growth. You might call this right. And in truth, it is simply showing you what is working for you on your soul path.
What is God? Is God a supreme being? Is God a supreme mind? Is God a supreme heart? Is God a supreme soul? Is God a supreme void? Is God a point of origin? Is God a state of being? Is God infinity itself? Is God the collective of all existence, creation, and souls? Is God a unified energy field? Is God the love and light with the quality of love that permeates all existence? Is God external to all of these ideas and their foundations? What is God?
Dear ones, while many have many definitions for God, it is quite simple. As I have shared, what is Prime Creator? The highest energies of love and light. As is God, the highest energies of love and light. Yes, God is an expanded state, an expanded experience, an expanded way of being. God is the ultimate expansion. God is the ultimate amplified energies of the highest forms of love and light. I am God. God is me. We are one and the same. I would like to, at this time, bring a transmission of sound through this channel.
In what ways can engaging with the energy of the question, what is God, assist an individual at different points along the soul's journey?
Yes, dear one, I will share with you that in asking this question, this channel felt a tremendous energy of expansion. And so while each of you may feel something different in asking the question, using your intention, ask this question and be receptive to what you might feel, what energies might come forth for you as you ask the questions. In asking the question, you are seeking an answer. And so with your intention to open all channels of receptivity for the highest good, when you ask, then you are able to receive these energies more deeply. Asking these questions will be especially helpful as you come across a growth opportunity in your journey. If you are in suffering or pain, if you are confused or unsure where to turn, what to do next, how to find assistance. This is a perfect time to ask these questions. I thank you, dear one, for bringing them forth.
Does the capacity to perceive God change as one increases their frequency?
Yes, this is true, and keep in mind that everyone receives information and energy in different ways. And so while you might think, my third eye will be opened, or I will be able to feel more, intuit more, or even begin to channel, each one has different channels of receptivity, different attunements. And so please do not compare yourself to others. However, yes, in increasing your frequency, you are more connected with source energy, with God.
How is it that a soul experiencing a human body can connect to the soul itself as a distinct energy?
This is a process of clarifying your being, dear one. We have spoken before of releasing imprints and implants, programs and patterns, because you are steeped in density at some times, because your old paradigm energy remains in your awareness at this time. It can be a challenge to connect in a purified way directly with your soul's expanded energy. And so it is essentially what you all have been doing. Doing what you can to raise your frequency. Doing what you can to purify your being. Doing whatever you can on your ascension journey to reach deeper understandings. Many of you are connecting with your soul essence and pure energy, but you do not necessarily realize it because of the density, the old paradigm energy, and sometimes because you are comparing yourself to another and you do not receive information in the same way as another. For example, this one receives much information through channeling in her dreams, simply by being still and listening to her heart. She has cultivated this over much time. Others receive information through their dreams, through other people, through their animals, through nature, through their guides and other meditative experiences. Each of you is receiving information from your soul. However, it is not always recognized by you. And so you can ask that these messages become quite clear for you. That when you receive a message, that your intellect and your heart will recognize it as a message directly from your soul.
Is there anything else Prime Creator would like to share with those watching this video at this time?
Dear ones, I know many of you are wondering, are we at critical mass yet? Dear ones, we are not yet at critical mass. We are at about 88%. You notice that there are big jumps in percentages and then smaller jumps. At this time, dear one, yes, many more are awakening, and also many are still locked into fear and distrust. And then there are those who are awakened at the soul level, but it has not yet translated into their day-by-day understanding or an awakened state within their being and experience. What you can do as humans is to ask your fellow humans to awaken. Not directly, dear ones, as in going up to a friend and saying, "Would you please wake up?" But in your meditations, in your prayers, in your dreams, in your intentions, and your heart-centered feelings, ask your brothers and sisters to awaken to the truth of the love and the light that they are. Yes, myself and the hierarchy can continue to provide the energies of love and light to flood your planet and the light network around your planet with this love and light. But as human beings, you have special capacity to influence the energy fields of others for the highest good. This is not a manipulation. You are asking without attachment. There is a fine line, dear ones. I trust you understand. And so in this way you can assist this process. I do ask and invite you to continue to have patience. We are moving along quite quickly, even though it may not seem like that from your perspective. If you could see from my perspective, you would see each day that there are greater and greater amounts of love and light infused within your planet, surrounding your planet, infused within your beings and surrounding each being. Please have patience, dear ones. This process is going quite well. Again, I understand it may not seem like this from your perspective. For some of you still engage in what you see on the TV. You engage with your emotions and your intellect and your energetic beings. You see reports of war and injustice, and you wonder, how could this be part of heaven on earth? How could this be leading to a shift where we experience our heaven on earth? This is not making sense. However, dear ones, as we have discussed before, old systems must fall away. Old systems must destroy themselves, in a sense, before a shift can be felt in a more tangible way by all on your planet. Many and many of these systems are self-destructing. This is not something that we can force, but you as humans can make your choices and contribute to the shift or contribute to the old paradigm. Each thought, each emotion, each intention, each action is contributing either to your heaven on earth or to the old paradigm that you wish to leave. And so I invite you to practice, to make your choices with awareness. Of course, not to judge yourself if you choose something that you later see was not for the benefit of the highest good. But to accept and love yourself completely. There is one other topic that I would like to discuss with you, dear ones. This is the topic of money and the energies surrounding money. Very early in our conversations, I offered to you to bless your money. Bless the currency that flows to you and from you. Bless the energies of your currency. Currency is in some ways a better word to use. Looking at the English language, current is a stream, a flow. And this is how your money has always meant to be. Simply an energy of flow, whether it is flowing out from you or in towards you. That flow must be continued. It must be circulated. Hoarding or giving too much disrupt this flow. There is a balance of what you give and what you receive. And so if you find yourself stagnant in this flow, bless this flow. Give gratitude for this flow. And depending on if you are giving or keeping too much, you can charge this flow again by giving or setting some aside to restore balance in the flow. I cannot stress enough the importance of offering blessing to this flow. It is a way of saying, I accept what is occurring now, even though I know that there is a better way, even though I am working towards that better way. You are accepting what is occurring in this moment. And acceptance and gratitude are keys for finding your peace, for your ascension journey. I thank you, dear ones, for hearing my words, for receiving the energy through this channel. I thank you, dear ones, for all that you do, for all that you are. I will continue to bring you peace and love, and these energies of love and light to your beings. Will you take the time to be still and receive them? Thank you, dear ones. Wow, thank you, everyone. I love what he said about blessing the money, and I have to admit that this is something that I keep forgetting to do. However, I will make you this promise. If and only if you are guided to give a donation for these videos, I will remember to bless the flow of the money that is exchanged between us. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. We are still taking questions, so if you have any questions, you can submit them at susiebeiler.com/channeling, and we will do our best to incorporate them in future videos. Much love.